So I am the middle child. I have two other siblings. My brother is the oldest. He is also gay, as well as my sister, who is 1 year younger than me. She's 25 years old. I came out about like 3 years ago. It wasn't difficult for me. My parents were very accepting, considering the fact that they had two other children come out before me. It wasn't until I was in college where I started to explore those feelings a little bit more deeper. And I just started to accept myself for who I really was, and that was a gay male. How I told my parents was, it was a little bit difficult. I kind of distanced myself a little bit, especially from my mom. I didn't want to be a disappointment to her if she felt like if I came out, because I didn't want to, I was like the third child. She asked my siblings if I was gay, and I mean, she always knew. There was always some sort of, she always like slightly knew that I was gay because I never had a girlfriend. She was like, well, I've been talking to your brother and sister, and they've been telling me things. I told her, like I just out and told her, like, I think I might be gay, and so that's the way I actually came out. It's kind of, I was almost like outed a little bit by my brother and sister, but it wasn't like a bad thing. I definitely felt freer. I felt like I can be myself, and like I didn't have to hold back, and that I didn't feel like I was caged anymore. It's really cool that we have programs that, kind of help out students, with like having doubts or fears about coming out and stuff like that. Anybody that's like struggling with coming out. I just hope that they find the support and, find the tools that can help them with that.
My name is Jesus Peraza. I am a psychology major and I am 19 years old. I talked to my aunt first. My aunt and my mom, they raised me together. So she was like my second mom, and my aunt was always the one who understood more. She was more, she was more empathetic. She sympathized with me, and I felt more comfortable. I felt more comfortable coming out to her than my parents. So I came out to her, and I was planning it for months and months. I didn't want to say the wrong thing. I wanted to say exactly what I wanted to say. I worded everything correctly just to explain myself and not really just leave them confused. I was really scared before telling her, and I just told her. I told her I'm gay, and there was like a moment of pause, and she was like, I know, but like I still love you the same. Like, it's not gonna change anything. Some people in my family asked me if I wanted to see a therapist, and that was it was very hurtful. And one of the reasons why I never told my family was because they were very judgmental. And at the beginning, actually, it wasn't my priority to let my family know, because I came to the conclusion that if I was happy with who I was, that's all that mattered to me. I know I'm very lucky and I'm very blessed that my parents are very accepting, because I know a lot of people don't really have that. I wouldn't recommend anybody to suppress any emotions or any feelings, and I just recommend people to embrace themselves, because if you hate yourself and you don't accept yourself, nothing good's gonna come out of that. I think safe spaces are very important because we're so complex, we're not just one specific thing, and I think it's very important for people to express themselves and not be judged and not be criticized, because it sucks when they criticize you just for being yourself and loving yourself, and it's not right.
My name is Rick Nizzardini, and I'm the chair of the Safe Zone Ally Program Committee. We started gathering around 7 or 8 years ago. That the CSU, or the California Faculty Association, was going to submit a resolution that all campuses should have a Safe Zone Ally program. And they asked which campuses have a Safe Zone Ally program. And probably like 15 or 16 out of the 23 campuses did, but we did not.
Okay.
So I thought that was pretty shocking that we didn't have that. So I came back to campus and spoke with several of the counselors in counseling and psychological services, and we thought it would be important to start to think about how we could create one here. The mission of the Safe Zone Ally program is that it's a voluntary program of trained faculty, staff, and administrators who come together and build support and a sense of safety and a safe campus environment for people who identify of all different gender and sexual identities. So when you see someone who has the symbol, it's usually a placard here. So if you see somebody who has a Safe Zone Ally placard, that means that they've gone through the training, and that anybody can ask a question of anyone who has a Safe Zone Ally placard, whether or not you identify with different sexual or gender variability, or you just have questions around how to support somebody who's queer or LGBTQIA. So, and coming out even is, coming out has historically been something that people have said is a really positive thing in terms of overall emotional and general health over life, that you become more authentic in terms of who you are. And I think that's generally true. I think one thing to consider, though, is that from a cultural perspective, managing a coming out experience can be very difficult for a lot of different reasons.